Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, guys.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad.
Two Faces for Radio.
I think it's been about 6 months since we last talked, I think.
I know. What's changed? We're still on Zoom.
Still on Zoom. Still wary about them. At least now we're not like completely like can't go outside. Now it's like, you know what? It might be safe depending on the day.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get into this, because there's really no way to segue into this into the interview. About 10 minutes ago, Tommy and I were talking. And he said,
no, you're not.
No, yes. He said Tom and Jerry was a show between a cat and a dog.
Ooh.
I thought it was. I haven't like Jackson.
That's
I don't watch
dog.
children's shows anymore.
You're thinking of Cat Dog.
Is Cat Dog
Yes.
a thing?
Yeah, it's the half cat, half dog
There's
show.
a Cat Dog?
See, that's what I mean, Sabrina.
No.
This is what I'm working with here.
Oh my gosh. We should interview you.
last time you two were ganging up on me on Jaeger, I was the only one here that liked
Oh, I remember that.
Jaeger. And now we can gang up on Tommy for not knowing that Jerry is a freaking mouse.
Yeah, I'm
Jerry's
sorry about that,
definitely a
guys.
mouse. That's so funny.
Oh my
Now
gosh.
you know. Now you know. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
exactly.
Moving on.
All right, well,
So,
I'm glad you know.
Yeah, so we just talked. We were thinking like, okay, you're close. Okay, you're probably going to be at the Met Gala next year. We were wondering like, what outfit are you going to break out? Because we were looking at the red carpet, and some of this stuff was just bananas. So, if your
my
dream Met
God.
Gala outfit, what is it?
Honestly, wow.
You going with the
I haven't
poofy
even-
hair?
I haven't even thought about like what it would look like because I know it'd be so dependent on like the year, the theme, like
Yeah.
the person I'd be going with. Hopefully something really custom and special and beautiful. I'll tell you who I love, my favorite, probably my favorite. Like I had so many favorites, but Yara Shahidi, who is styled by my stylist Jason Bolden, went in this like gorgeous look, and it was custom and it was beautiful, and I was throwing
I don't
up.
think I saw that one. What did it look like?
You have to
I'll
look
have
it
to
up.
look it
She had this like cape, and then this like gorgeous like strapless crystallized like I don't know. It's just like it's so fun. It's like the stuff that like when we were younger and like we saw like Hollywood and like red carpets and stuff, like that's what I pictured it to be, and then it ended up being very different. But then like the Met is something that always still feels very, very like timeless in that sense, which I think is really beautiful and special.
What do you think's inside? No one ever talks about it.
The museum.
Well, yeah, but like what happens inside? I know what's inside, like what happens inside, because it's all secretive. They can't like use their
What
phones.
happens inside stays inside, my dude.
Well, I will never know.
That's why. It's a secret.
It's a museum. Yes, I know, Tommy. Gosh.
We were also talking about earlier, like I watched the inspiration for SpaceX launch last night, which was bananas. But I don't care if you pay me or what the price tag is. I'm not going up in one of those things. But would you be down to like hit a little space exploration trip?
Actually, these days, yeah.
Do you know
really?
Yeah. Do you know what he's talking about, Sabrina?
Yeah, and I just feel like it's time. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a trip somewhere.
see.
Let's go hang out with the aliens. Yeah.
They're up there for
why
like
not?
2 or 3 days, right? And it's just
Why
they're
not?
just gonna chill up there.
We'll just chill. Also, like when I was younger, like the space food was like pretty good. Like space ice cream. Like the little like, dry.
Yes, I remember going to NASA as a kid and trying some of that, and it was actually not half bad.
Like it's not terrible. Like I could do 3 days on that.
Space food?
I don't think it's real space food. It's just like packaging just to make money.
Oh.
Wait, no. Wait,
I don't know. I've never been to space.
I've been lied to. They don't eat ice cream in space. That's so sad.
Elon's up there just with that space ice cream. Who knows?
You know, that's really funny.
They need something. Some sweet up there. I'm sure ice cream sounds realistic. Plus, it's cold up there. It's not like, is it?
Is it?
I know space is cold. I know if you open the window, it's cold. But all right, well, let's get into your song a little bit. You got a brand new song, Skinny Dippin', and I was curious because I know last time we talked, the big deal was skin, and you wrote that song in like, I think you said like 2 to 3 days, something like that. Is this song, because it tells a story, is the story something that happened a while ago, or is it something kind of similar where it's written in like 2 to 3 days? It happened like last Friday, and you're like, boom, story.
Oh, you know, it's funny. Yeah, I tend to normally write songs like in one day. Like the day that I start writing a song is usually the day I like to finish. Other songs are a little bit special, and they take a little bit longer, and like I take some time apart, and then I kind of come back to them because, you know, I see the potential in them, but know that like I just can't, you know, solve the puzzle that day right there. Skinny dipping was actually the lyric in the verse of another one of my songs, Skinny Dipping in Water Under the Bridge. And but we just didn't think that it fit that song. And so we were like, yeah, this is its own song. And JP Sachs, who I co-wrote the song with, and Julia, he was playing these like just really dope old school sounding guitar chords. And then we just started like writing this conversation. So it really ended up being something that felt supernatural and super spontaneous, but also cinematic. Like, I think the chorus is something that makes me feel like I'm in, you know, Perks of Being a Wallflower or something like that. It's just that like feeling. It's very romanticized, and you know, there's strings and there's horns, and like the arrangement in the song that Leroy Clampett made is just so gorgeous. But there's something really like hopeful about it, and I think that it was the right time for that song specifically. So yeah.
Did you mean it to be a conversation, or was that kind of like within the writing process? Like it could kind of turn into like you just telling a story, like almost talking, singing.
Yeah, that was kind of the idea. And like, you know, if anyone knows like artists like Ani DeFranco, like, you know, the inspiration behind that is obviously like so incredible, and something that we were just like kind of having fun with, truly. Like, it's never like you're going in being like, this is the song we're writing and this is how it has to be in sound. We're just trying things that feel good. And you know, that more than anything, because it was such like a visual, detailed story, you know, I wanted to be able to like add in all those elements, lines that like don't necessarily rhyme or make complete sense or have rhythm, because it's like this awkward encounter with someone that you have, you know, a history with. And yeah, I think there's something very like candid about it.
Was it so what was it like working with JP Sachs and Julia Michaels? Was their writing process way different than yours, or did it mesh really well together, or how'd that look?
Oof, we mesh. In fact, Julia taught me about the word enmeshment, which is funny because it's like the more time that you spend, also they're like my human dictionary parents. They're, you know, their vocabulary is insane. But she taught me about the word enmeshment. It's like the more time you're spending with someone, the more like your mannerisms start to be the same. Like the more like you start using their terminology, the more you start to almost like think like those people. And there would be a few times where like we would hear something and automatically say the same thing or the same melody and have the same idea, because we're like, it's enmeshment.
Well, that's how you know it's going to be good too.
Yeah. And I think, you know, I've said this before to a few other people, but they're two of my one favorite people in the world, but also just like two of the most emotionally mature people I've ever met. And I think like being able to talk about feelings with two people that understand feelings is a really beautiful gift. And yeah, I mean, they're just like my musical parents, and I'm so grateful for them. So yeah, we've had a lot of fun making music together. We honestly, like, most of the time is just us like goofing around, and then a song will happen, like, truthfully. And that's why it feels so special.
Y'all like live close? Like you guys would just like hang out, go grab ice cream? Like
we did
Space
that.
Ice cream.
We've done that quite a few times.
That's awesome.
We'll go to dinner and then we'll come back and like just kind of be able, like, we've played games before in order to get songs, and that's how I got one of my favorite songs. Yeah, it's just a really, really beautiful
Which
thing.
one?
Oh, it's not out yet, so I can't tell you.
Okay.
Oh, so you got more songs with JP and Julia, is that right?
Oh yeah, they're
great.
they're my friends.
That's
so yeah, I'm
really
super
cool.
excited.
All right, so we're looking forward to a song that you made during a game. That's one of your favorite. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, cool. Tommy, I can't lie. Tommy and I heard Skinny Dippin' probably about a month and a half ago, and he was like, "Oh, this is gonna be like the song of the year. Like, this is awesome." I was like, "Oh, I can't wait for this one to come out too," because it's just.
I put it on the radio the first opportunity I got. I was like, "Hey, I'm putting this in the afternoons where."
You guys were the first ones.
It was him. It was 100% him.
Thank you so much. That means the world to me. Truthfully, you guys are the best.
No, it's such an amazing song, and I'd love to hear about the music video as well, like how that whole idea got together.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite videos I've ever made because it just feels so close to my heart. And my close friend Amber Park, and then my sister Sarah, we all kind of like came together with like a few specific ideas. Amber had like a just a beautiful, beautiful vision. I had like some very specific things that I was like, oh, this will make it feel super personal. And Sarah obviously being the glue for everything, and just like, you know, understanding like the way we want everything shot and colored, and the way, you know, we want it styled, and, you know, the kind of like locations we want to shoot in. Like, it was such a group effort between some of my favorite people. And I think just something that feels really like nostalgic in a way, like, and the idea of, you know, kind of having these things that we hold on to throughout our lives, and then getting to a place where we can let it go and like be okay, and know that we still have, you know, we still have those memories and they're still there, but like so much changes over time, and people change, and like it really is just like a never ending sense of evolving. And I think like the way that we were kind of able to transition like that into like the end of the video, which feels like just an overall kind of like new place in life, new city, new job, new friends, you know. It's like that really, really beautiful thing that you get to, and you realize like everything happens for a reason.
So what made you come to that conclusion of the I want to say like the video effect? Because usually when you see videos now, it's like 1080p, 60, like all the frames per second, but you just kind of like dialed it down, and it's kind of like a blurry type of effect to it.
So we shot it on film, which is
oh, that's it. There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah, we shot it on film, which was excuse my French, a bitch, but it was so incredible.
It was worth it in the end, for sure.
Yeah, well, because with film you can't watch playback, so therefore we just shoot and fingers crossed.
Hope it's good. That's awesome.
Yeah, but it looks so incredible, and I think you know, my fans know how much I love film, and just like my sister, I was always taking photos on film, so I'm a huge fan of it. And I just felt like I've grown up like watching these like coming of age movies, and you know, you just have this like these beautiful, I mean, like also like Wes Anderson is one of my favorite filmmakers, and you know, the way that he shoots things very like straightforward and very up close and personal, and like the colors are vibrant. There's just like a lot of like, I just want to make a little movie is basically what we did.
Yeah.
So speaking of movies,
awesome.
Last time we talked to you, Alice was still in the works. I know it still is in the works right now. What can we get an update on that?
Yeah, I've no update other than like what I can already tell you, which you know, obviously is that it's happening, and it's getting closer every day, which I'm very excited about.
How do you feel like the whole movie process has helped with your music videos? Do you think it's like open doors that you never expected that like you can improve on?
I think actually like almost the opposite of like growing up kind of being a part of making my own music videos, like really almost inspired me to want to become a producer and kind of see that vision in film. And also, yeah, I mean, I definitely think both of them help each other out. Like I'm looking at things now when I'm shooting my music videos that I wouldn't necessarily maybe have known to look for if I wasn't so lucky to like work on film sets with crews, and like it's just all the things that they do, which, you know, their jobs are so hard, and no one even like realizes like how everything that they do is how the best movies that they've ever seen are made. So I just pull things from here and there, but honestly, when it's in the moment and you're there and you're shooting, you don't have time to think about anything.
Right.
You are just there performing, and and getting what we had to get done, which I'm so grateful that we did.
Well, cool. I think we're running out of time. I have one more question though. Is the Alice thing, and like obviously you're still working on music, like you're dropping songs, stuff like that. Are you working on those like side by side? Is it like one day Alice, one day that, or is it like a month this and then focus on a month that?
It's kind of ever changing, and also like they really do like, you know, fit together. And you know, I'm never not writing. That's the thing, is like I can write wherever I go, and there's a microphone wherever I go, which is the gift of music. So yeah, working on both, and then projects beyond Alice, there's things happening. So I'm just so excited to put them out, because talking about them when they're not out is so boring.
So hard.
Yeah, but I'm excited for everyone to see them.
Well, cool. We can't wait, especially with the new music that you mentioned is coming out later. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, congrats on Skinny Dippin'. It's a great song.
You guys are the best. I hope I get to talk to you in person next time.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully,
for sure.
we'll see.